with Landon Dickerson out, and Lane
Yes.
Johnson sort of teased this during his press conference that Mekhi Becton has been working at tackle and guard. And with Landon Dickerson out, Mekhi Becton was lining up as your first team left guard today. Now, Tyler Steen remained the starting right guard. Matt Hennessy remained the second team right guard. And so while it has sort of set up as a head-to-head match there, I think the fact that Mekhi Becton flipped from right tackle to left guard with the starters today is very notable. And I want you to also tell the listeners what Jeff Stoutland said yesterday about his theory of like rotating guys throughout practice for training camp and how that may work.
Yes. So I'll start with the Stoutland part, because this is something that those who watch us every day know that we've discussed this in terms of what are they going to do during training camp. And Jeff Stoutland, during his time with the Eagles, has had competitions where, I think back to 2021 with Dillard and Mailata, where it was literally one on, one off. And then there have been times when it's like, all right, this is the guy, and we'll just kind of study the film. And what Stoutland says is he much prefers to keep the same five out there. He calls it the 5-wheel drive, and where you get them together as much as possible and they can synchronize. So they are working together. It's kind of the idea of having all five with the same lockers next to each other, right? He thinks it's hard when you're rotating players in and out. Now, he says unless they're like I think the term he used is somebody surfaces, and you look at it and you say, you better get a good look at this or you might be making a mistake. Like, unless that happens, you're just saying, let's go. And that's how they're kind of looking at it with Tyler Steen. So that jumped out to me because that made me think, all right, Steen's the guy unless Steen does not play well or unless someone plays spectacularly. That said, if Mekhi Becton, who they gave decent money to, right, on a one-year deal, if Mekhi Becton looks good at guard and looks like he has rare traits, you got to think about it, because you're talking about a former top 15 pick who's 25 years old, who might eventually be your starting right tackle. Like, there's a lot there that you can't teach with Mekhi Becton.
I think there is a real chance that Mekhi Becton is the week one starting right guard.
Yeah. Now there's some people in the league who look at this and say, like, are you really putting a 6'7", 350-pound, 360-pound player at guard? That said, Jeff Stoutland is very specific about what he looks for. And I thought it was interesting yesterday when he was talking about his prototype of guard. And he mentioned Brandon Brooks, who's 6'6", right? Like Becton's 6'7". Brooks was 6'6". And he says, like, that's the guy. And he's like, ain't a lot of guys like that, but that's the guy. That's who you're looking for. And and Landon Dickerson, by the way, he's a bigger guard. The Eagles are not these, if you think about some other teams, like the top guards are 6'3", 6'4". I think Jeff Stoutland likes these bigger guards. So if Becton can do it, I would absolutely think, like, on the same wavelength as you, that he could be the starting right guard.
By the way, the Eagles also signed Max Sharping yesterday, who a former second-round pick, has starting experience in the league. He spent his time today sort of rotating in, took a couple snaps at right guard, but continued fortification of just some lottery balls at a position where they don't have a definite answer.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
How would you spread your turkeys right now on the week one starting right guard?
Steen 60. No, Steen's 70. Becton
70.
25. Hennessy 5. But it's still early on.
I think I'd go like 41-40. I think Becton has a real chance.
That'd be interesting to me. That would definitely be interesting to me.
We all silly like the mayor.